I lost my son Andrew to suicide about 6 years ago. Andrew was 3 weeks short of his 17th birthday and had just completed year 11 at school. Andrew was one of those kind of boys, one of those sons that everybody would tap on my shoulder and say, "Richard, what have you been doing with that guy? I just wish my little Johnny was like Andrew." He was full of life. He was a very mature young man for his age. He was a competent individual. He did well academically. He was good at sport. And I guess you could sort of say, if you had to pull out a piece of paper and write down on it the things that you'd like in your son, that was Andrew. That period immediately after losing Andrew was just awful in terms of emotionally and the way that manifested itself in one's own feelings and thoughts. And I'd never had to confront grief before that point in time. I mean, I had grandparents who had died, but I'd never been as physically affected as I was after losing Andrew. It was an extremely painful part of our lives, and one that at the time you wondered how you were ever going to get through it, how you could see your way through that fog of grief to the sun starting to shine again. So when I think back of that immediate period after we lost Andrew, it was all a blur. It took many months, almost a couple of years, before I really started to understand what was going on for someone who had depression, how they could possibly make a choice like that. I think of Andrew all the time. I don't need to go anywhere special to do that. He is a part of my life today. And in some ways it's as though he didn't leave, but he has.
We know agriculture is a tough sector, and the regional communities, if their seasons go against them, the pressure mounts up on our customers and the district in general. So this support from Lifeline will definitely help assist those communities that are in need.
We're in the middle of a national emergency when it comes to suicide, with some 2,500 deaths per year. And in country areas, rural and regional communities, the rate of suicide may be 2 or 3 times higher than in city areas.
We know the role that CRT members play in their local communities. Sometimes they're the first port of call for people in trouble. So to have the opportunity to get educated in what to say and how to say it, and to put Lifeline in touch with our CRT members to give them the skills to help their customers, we think is also a fantastic opportunity with this partnership.
Through our work with Ruralco, we hope to answer more phone calls for people when they are in crisis, and very importantly, working with Ruralco staff to pick up on more of the signs of suicide when a farmer comes in, or when another person from rural Australia comes into a shop to have a chat, so that you can spot the signs and know what to do and prevent those suicides.
I know a lot of people in the room today have been affected in one way or another by suicide. As a father myself, I can't begin to imagine the anguish and pain that causes individuals and their families. I really hope in some way that this small contribution to Lifeline will help prevent some of these tragedies into the future.
Hats off to Travis and to the entire management team at Ruralco for entering into this partnership with us. We certainly look forward to holding up our end and doing the right thing by Ruralco and by regional and remote communities.
Hopefully CRT's led the way in making this small contribution to Lifeline. If everyone in the room could also make their own contribution towards Lifeline, it'll go a huge way in impacting the lives and communities that we work in. Thanks everyone for your support going forward with Lifeline, and I'm sure you're going to hear more about it in the next 12 months.